Guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Battle Series, the School of Hard Knocks. So throughout this episode, like every other, we'll be jumping on to the Pokemon Global Link Battle Spot ladder, playing under the Championship Battle rules, which are the equivalent rule set of the VGC 2018 season. So we kicked off the week this week, as you all know, with this Hail team. We've been discussing it loads. Thank you so much for everyone that's kind of commented and given your feedback on the teams and the matches that we've had. It's been absolutely amazing. And I will be taking on board all the suggestions you guys have made and starting to make changes next week. We're going to wait to do the changes because obviously it is Friday today. And we are going to be doing our first episode analyzer for the weekly basis, so that will be up later on. We're going to be looking at the matchups that we struggle against, matchups that we potentially could struggle against, certain cores that we're going to struggle against, and look at how we could have possibly played differently against those, and then look at possibilities of what we can do to change the team to improve it going forward. And we'll start making changes going into next week. As I say, some of you guys have made some absolutely corking suggestions for the team to change things up, to improve certain matchups, etc, etc. So do keep them coming, guys. It is massively appreciated, and this is what it's all about, you know. We're looking at teams, cores, how they work, and basically just trying to get a better understanding of how to get things operating well within the format. So another format's nearly finished now. We're going to be going into a new format, but the basic core principles of doing this will carry into any format. So this is hopefully the start of it with the, you know, we've been doing the Battle Spot ladder for ages, but hopefully with the episode analyzer on top of that, kind of adds a little bit more to it, and I feel like we'll probably get a bit more benefit out of doing that. So hope you enjoy it. We will also have our best of 3 battler finale this evening, and that is against Peter this week, that you guys have already know if you've been watching it and keeping up with it. So great to have him on the channel, the recent Bilbao special event, or special championship champion. And we cannot find an opponent, so we're going to have to research, but at least I kind of filled that void there with a lot of information, and we're not spilling over into team previews or anything like that. So let's just go straight back on. Oh, and before I do forget, I just need to plug, and I've been forgetting to do this all week, especially on the channel. This weekend there is so Sam Pendelis, Zelda VGC, organised last season a lot of international like online tournaments based around the international championships wherever they were. So there is one planned for the London International Championships. It's called the London Challenge. It will be happening this Saturday. I will link all the information in the description below. If you guys want to play in the tournament, it's geared up to try and raise funds for the winner to attend London from wherever in the world, but basically support the tournament because it's a really good thing. It's really good that these guys are setting it up, and it's also amazing practice for you guys. You know, you're going to be playing against some of the top players from around the world are competing in it, so it's a perfect opportunity to kind of just get in and start testing team ideas, how you play in tournament kind of settings. This is all best of 3, it's all VGC centered, so it's really cool. So as I say, it's going to be linked in the description below. If you have a free Saturday evening, afternoon, whatever time of day it works out and you're kind of part of the world, then do join in and play. There is a small entry fee, but that goes towards the prizing, and it's worthwhile, and it's something to support because going forward it's going to be something that I think's really quite good. So, but enough of that, because we have our first opponent of the day and probably our worst matchup of all time possible. It is a Sun team. So Jason running a team of Lilligant, Torkoal, Nihilego, Mimikyu, Snorlax, Tapu, Lele, and what do we do against this team? Okay, so we've got this. I think this team scares me a lot more than any other weather because of the Lilligant with the chlorophyll and the sleep powder. And the Torkoal, obviously, with the sun and those eruptions. Okay, so, like, Marowak, Lele, Gyarados, And Vanilluxe, maybe? It's so difficult, but Muck's kind of nice here as well, so maybe over the Gyarados, but the Gyarados is going to be good because it's the resist. Vanilluxe we kind of need for just disrupting the weather, so I think this is going to be a good one to go into that episode analyzer with, really, because even when I was putting the team together, I get put off sometimes putting teams together and finishing teams and playing them on the channels because there's such big hauls against certain matchups and things like that, and it just puts me off playing them completely. But I kind of ignored that with the Hail team because the Hail team is going to have a bad matchup against them regardless, but I don't think it's something that you can't overcome with kind of building around it. So I went ahead with it this week, and I'm pleased I did because it's been so much fun to play, and I don't regret it at all. I think it's a good challenge to kind of go forward with. So we'll see how we get on here, and then we can reassess everything after this. So we see Jason leading off with that Lilligant and that Torkoal that we're so scared of, and we lead off with our Lele and our Marowak. Now the Lilligant is going to be faster than everything on the field. So we can either hope for a Sleep Powder miss, or we can potentially double into the Torkoal. I could go for a substitute here with Marowak, and that might not be a bad idea, and just go for a Psychic into the Torkoal to reduce the damage on that eruption. You know, we're probably going to get Sleep Powdered here. Torkoal just going for a Protect though, so means we might get a free sub up. Okay, so Marowak taking a nap. It is going to take a turn of sleep here, which is it's not the worst thing in the world. Now, could Flare Blitz into the Lilligant here rather than go for the substitute, and then again just go for the Psychic because we're probably going to see Sleep Powder come out again. I mean, what could we do? We could switch into Gyarados, but then we're going to be put to sleep. We're going to take an Eruption as well. Odds being odds, Marowak could wake up. Once we get rid of the Lilligant, you know, it's a lot. This team's a lot easier to deal with, but at the same time, we still need to be aware of the Eruption damage coming out. There's a Sleep Powder. It does hit the Lele, so Lele going to be snoozing this time round. So kind of got to hope for this Marowak to wake up. Lele is not going to wake up. Does Marowak? Does wake up. We get the Flare Blitz. Problem is if this Lilligant's sashed, isn't it? It's not though, so we do get rid of it. But we are going to take a lot of recoil damage, and we are going to take an Eruption. There it is. Lele should take it though. Look at the damage to Marowak. It's a fire type and it still gets absolutely nuked by that Eruption. No. I'm sorry if you can hear that. It's my good old mum ringing me, but I can't answer right now, mum, so I will call you back. Right, anyway, back into the game. We see the Nihilego come onto the field. Now, both Pokemon on our side are super heavily threatened. I'm going to protect the Marowak. And we could hope for another one-turn wake-up with Lele, but at the same time, it's super risky. Although the Nihilego could be going for potentially a Trick Room here. I think I've got to just go for it. Hope the Lele wakes up here. So we'll just protect Marowak. Lele wakes up. Lele gets a Psychic off. So we're getting really lucky here. Like, really lucky. Gonna take the Nihilego down to what is the sash on that now. But we do have the heal, so we're not in the worst situation possible. So yeah, Power Gem come into that Marowak. Eruption gonna come in. Gonna take that Lele down, unfortunately. But it does mean that we will get a free switch into our Vanilluxe now. And the main thing for getting that switch into it is going to be the hail, residual damage onto that Nihilego. Because it doesn't matter if it gets a beast boost now or not, it will be going down. But we don't have Protect on Vanilluxe, which is another awkward thing. And I don't really want to switch into Gyarados at this point because I don't want to take an unnecessary power gem. I think I just go Shadow Bone into Torkoal and Blizzard, really. It's probably, I mean, we could go for Hidden Power Ground, but we can get 2 attacks. We're not going to get 2 attacks off, but you never know. The Nihilego might go for Power Gem into the Vanilluxe rather than the... But it does go into the Marowak. We are going to get a Blizzard off. Which... It's not going to do great damage, but it's going to do a little bit of chip. And it will reduce the damage of that eruption as well, you know. We might see a Heat Wave come out here. Just another eruption. Do we take this? Poor Vanilluxe. Okay. So we've got Gyarados versus the world now. And it all depends on what my opponent's last Pokemon is, really. And it's a Tapu Lele. Okay. But I guess... I think the Psychic Terrain is going to probably end this next turn. Which could do us a little bit of a favour. Let's see. Psychic Terrain does end, so I mean, we can just Protect here. And then Hydro Vortex might actually be enough to take down the Lele. Goes for a Psychic. Heat Wave coming out from Torkoal. Okay, so the Lele is faster than a Gyarados, so it could potentially be Scarfed. But the Psychic Terrain kind of disappearing is going to help us massively here. So, let's go for it. We've still got Hope. I mean, we should take the Psychic. We just got to hope the Hydro Vortex is going to be enough to take down the Lele, which it should be. Psychic without the terrain. Yeah, we take it quite comfortably. Here's that Hydro Vortex. And after this, a Waterfall should be enough to take down that Torkoal. So, let's see. Moment of truth. Gyarados has done it, taking it down. So, one-on-one with the Torkoal. See how much this Heat Wave does. It's doing decent damage. Is a Waterfall. A Waterfall should be enough to take it down from that range. So let's just go for it. We can't really afford at this point to go for a Dragon Dance or anything like that, so it's really our only option. But I like from that range we should be taking down the Torkoal. There's the Waterfall. We've not got any Sun Up either, so it should be enough. And there we go. We managed to get a win against what was probably a really difficult matchup. Good game to my opponent. The only thing I will say is I wouldn't take that win as, yeah, we can beat that team, because we got so lucky with our sleep turns. We had 2 first turn wake ups, and how many times does that happen? You know, you got a 1 in 3 chance of it happening, but you know, with both Pokemon at the exact times we needed it to happen, it was pretty fortunate for ourselves, so we got a bit lucky in that regard. But I think we probably played that as well as we probably could for the tools that we had against that sort of team. So we probably, against that kind of core, we need a little bit of luck. So it worked out in the end, and it was quite a nice match to kind of have a play around with. And I know it's something that you guys have mentioned as well earlier in the week. It'd be good to see us go up against other forms of weather teams to see how we kind of perform. I personally, I think Sun is the most threatening one, because we don't have Coco, we don't have Finny to kind of prevent the sleep powders. We don't really have a way to, you know, disrupt the Sun very easily, because hail's probably the worst weather to kind of disrupt the Sun. So I think it's like really difficult. Whereas with rain, you know, we've got We've got Gyarados, which is a nice switch into it. Vanilluxe doesn't mind the rain too much. It's quite bulky, you know. We've got Freeze Dry on it, so we can at least hit stuff back for good damage. Sand, again, isn't too bad. Obviously, depending on what it's kind of paired up with. But we have got Gyarados for that Intimidate. We can threaten Gigalith with Waterfalls, the Hydro Vortex. Most of our stuff on our team outspeeds Gigalith as well, which is a big thing. And there's no sort of after you kind of support with Gigalith that well, there's, I guess, Stoutland, but I mean, Intimidate's big in that matchup, whereas the Sun, it's not really. I feel a lot more confident, basically, all I'm saying, against the other weather kind of forms than I would against Sun. So we've played that one, we've seen it through, but again, I think it's something that we'll bring into the episode analyzer and really have a look at and see if there's anything in the team that we can possibly change up to kind of combat that a little bit better. But haven't found an opponent again, but we'll hop straight back on. Hopefully we have a bit more luck this time, and have one more match for the day, and then we're going to be finished for the weekend. Have a little break of a Saturday and Sunday. I will be playing in the London Challenge on Saturday, so I'm really looking forward to that, because that's like the first proper tournament that I've been able to kind of play in for a long time. So I'm really kind of looking forward to just kind of getting my teeth sunk into some more competitive play. Should be a lot of fun. And let me know what you guys have planned over the weekend. If you're attending events, if you've just got some fun activities planned or anything like that, it'd be great to hear. But we have our next opponent and final opponent of the day running a very interesting looking team consisting of Alolan Ninetales, Salamence, Alolan Marowak, Metagross, Gastrodon and Tapu. So we've got that Salamence Metagross core there. You know, it's going to be supported potentially by the Aurora Veil from that Alolan Ninetales. It's probably put off a little bit by as Alolan Sandslash, I guess, especially the Salamence as well. Then we've got the Alolan Marowak, which we don't worry about too much. I mean, it does threaten our Hail Core quite heavily, but we've got a lot of text against that. Tapu and Gastrodon. Gastrodon going to be a bit of a pain for us here, because Gyarados doesn't really want to be facing down against it. We've not got anything other than a water type attack on a Gyarados, but we do have Muck. Muck could be very good here, I feel. I think Muck's extremely good. I think I'm going to lead off with my Hail mod. I don't see too many problems doing that. Want to bring Muck, and do I bring Tapu Lele or Marowak? I think I bring Marowak and probably just lock it in just in time. So we'll see how we get on with this kind of call. We do have Freeze Dry for that Gastrodon, so it's all about like positioning, making sure we preserve the Vanilluxe for that job. Although we have other Pokemon like Muck, and we have Marowak that are going to be able to outspeed it and you know, offer up some decent offense against it as well. So we see my opponent lead off with the Salamence and the Metagross. I'm going to get the Intimidate off onto both our Pokemon. Salamence, revealing that it is faster than a Vanilluxe because of the Intimidate going off before the Hail is summoned to the field. We can quite happily go for, I mean, a Blizzard here and an Aurora Veil. We might see the Bulldoze and a weakness policy, but I mean, I don't really mind that play too much at all. Vanilluxe is going to get the Blizzard off before that Metagross can move regardless anyway. We do see that Metagross just withdraw. We're going to see the Gastrodon hit the field. And the Blizzard's still going to do a lot of damage. You see a Bullet Punch come out from the Metagross into Vanilluxe, but we won't be able to take this. I'm going to get an Aurora Veil up, which might actually mean we're going to be able to take another Bullet Punch from that Metagross. And depending on the damage that we do here with the Blizzard onto the Gastrodon, we can maybe reassess. Yeah, we're going to keep it in for sure. Is that a Citrus Berry? It is. Okay. Metagross just taking a bit of chip. I mean, we could Icicle Crash the Gastrodon here, to be honest, and just Blizzard again. And then we will be in range for a Bullet Punch to take us down. But yeah, let's go for that. Let's go for the Icicle Crash and the Blizzard into the Gastro. So Metagross actually just protecting here. Okay. As long as that Icicle Crash hits, which it does, we'll be taking this Gastrodon to the graveyard, as you would say in Yu-Gi-Oh! But we're going to get that Blizzard off, which is quite nice. And this is probably setting up for that Salamence to kind of probably try and come back in. Metagross taking a little bit more chip damage with that Hail. But I imagine even... Oh, it's Tapu Koko. Okay. Tapu Cuckoo. Do we bring Marowak in here? Like, Marowak would be pretty good, I guess. We have got the Iron Head, the Icicle Crash. Might want to just preserve our... I mean, one thing we could do is just keep Vanilluxe in. Go for Blizzard, get some big damage off and bring Marowak in. And then adjust from there the next turn. Or are we being a bit greedy here? No, let's go for that Blizzard and let's bring in Marowak. Because we might see a Bullet Punch come up from the Metagross again into Vanilluxe. Thunderbolt from the Tapu Koko. Marowak sapping that up with its Lightning Rod ability. No Bullet Punch coming out here though from that Metagross, so maybe see a Zen Headbutt potentially. Hammer Arm into the Metagross, but not affecting us because of the Ghost typing. So quite a nice switch there from ourselves. And the Metagross is so low health now, you know, it's not even going to be probably able to take a Bulldoze at this point. And we're going to see Salamence come back onto the field. We do need to just keep in mind that the Hail probably going to end in a turn or two, so we don't want to just let Vanilluxe go down too quick. We've got 2 turns of Hail left, but I think what I'll do, just to be a bit safer, is switch Vanilluxe out. Go for a Shadow Bone into the Metagross. And my opponent just forfeits, so in a position there where the Hail kind of core of the team's just ripped through. Even though that you've got something like the Metagross that's so good offensively against the Hail mode, just that choice specs, I think, really just ripping through things like the Gastrodon there, just not really caring about it at all, and just showing how good offensively it is. Really a good kind of an example that we've had quite a few times this week, where if the opponent doesn't really have a good way around that Hail Core, especially once the Aurora Veil goes up. It's so difficult for them to kind of capitalize from that, because you just have so much offensive pressure on your side of the field, and the resources they're taking to try and move around, shuffle their board positions, just the damage constantly that they're taking is just so huge. It puts them in such a pinned position where they can't really maneuver from going forward. But very good game to my opponent. Nice way to end the week as well. I feel like we're getting a little bit better with the team as we're going on. There are little bits of luck here and there, but you know, it's the kind of nature of the team as well. We've got a fast, very fast mode with that Sandslash. You know, it's got 2 moves that can flinch opponents. It's always probably going to outspeed those opponents, so the chances there are quite good. We've got Blizzard as well that we're going to be firing off probably more than any other attack, so the chances of freezes and things like that are definitely increased, and especially when you're not bumming into things like Tapu Fini as often as well, it does make it a lot easier. But I've had a lot of fun with the team this week, so the main thing is, like, I think that's always like a big thing to take away from any Pokemon game that you play. You have fun, that's why you do it, and I've loved every match we've had this week, win, loss or draw or whatever. It's been a lot of fun, and I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's a little bit different, you know, it's not as serious as maybe some teams you've brought to the channel, and we're not like forcing to build around things. It was just a little bit of fun. It was a call that, you know, we played Emmy on the stream a couple of weeks ago. She had that really cool hail team with the Alolan Sandslash and the Vanilluxe there, and that kind of really sparked some bells, and I was like, I really should play that this season, and we have done. So it's been amazing, and I'm really looking forward to kind of changing things up maybe a bit next week and seeing where we can really take the team and more how we can adapt it to go a bit more forward with it. But it's been great this week, so I'm expecting next week to be even more fun. But on another note, if you've enjoyed today's episode, guys, as always, please leave a like on the video. It does really help. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, because we have so much VGC stuff going on, and it's just going to increase as the year goes on and we get into the new format. We've got our Battle Spot Double series, we've got Best of 3 Battler that we're going to really ramp up as well if we can, going into the new format. We've got our stream, a QR code series, we've got our School of Hard Knocks, which is our daily series, and then Episode Analyzer, which was introduced a little while ago, but we're tagging it on to the end of this episode, and we'll be doing that every week to just review our battles and how the teams have performed and where we can go and improve going forward and stuff like that. But I'm going to leave it there. Have an amazing weekend, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. Thank you so much for all the support that you kind of give the channel, all your comments, all the feedback, everything like that. It really does mean a lot, and it's always amazing to hear. So you go away, have an amazing weekend, whatever you're doing, and I will see you all bright and early Monday. Well, it won't be bright. Well, hopefully it'll be bright. It's kind of winter. Definitely won't be early because it'll be 7:30 Monday as normal, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but I will see you all Monday. Have an amazing weekend, guys. Whatever you do, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I will see you all then. So until then, guys, take care of yourselves, and bye bye.